Hi, my name is Nicole McMillan, and I played soccer here, and I currently run cross country and track and field. And why I chose Tusculum is definitely because of the coaching staff, but also the faculty in general. Everyone just makes you feel like a family. You walk around campus, you see familiar faces, and it's like a home away from home.
Today it's Tusculum and Mars Hill as these two teams renew their rivalry. 67th recorded meeting between these two. Tusculum leads 38-28, and they have been highly contested games. 15 of the last 22 have been decided by at least 10 points or less. Tusculum has won 7 of 8 over Mars Hill and 9 of the last 11. The Pioneers had a string of 7 straight wins ended back in January of this year. As conference members, Tusculum 29-14 against Mars Hill. First meeting 1939. Tusculum won that one 43-24. And it probably took a while to get over there as well, because on horses back in that time, that's not an easy trip. All right, let's take a look at your starting 5 for the Mars Hill Lions. It'll be Nasser Daniel, the 6'9 junior out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. Matthew Powell, the 6'1 senior guard out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Austin Gilliard, the 6'3 junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Jamal Bryant, the 6'4 junior out of Florence, South Carolina, the UNC Pembroke transfer. And Jayshawn Brooks, the 6'3 senior from Augusta, leading the way at 19.7 points a game, had 17 and the game winner against Tusculum January 8th. Coached by Vic Fenora in his fourth year, 29 wins. He's 10-12 this year, 8-8 in the league. Got his first ever win against Tusculum January 8th in 7 tries. For the Pioneers, it will go like this. Keyston Brown, the 6-foot freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky. Caleb Hodnett, the 6'8 graduate from Adolphus, Kentucky. Brandon Mitchell, the 6'7 junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Dylan Smith, the 6'1 senior from Lexington, Tennessee. And Trenton Gibson, the 6'4 sophomore out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee from Blackman High School. The Pioneers are 14-10 on the year, 9-7 in the league, tied for 4th, but just one game ahead of 3 teams tied for 6th. The Pioneers coached by J.T. Burton in his second year, 30-23 here in his 8 years, 125 victories as a head coach. Assisted by Zach Holt, Justin Chartrand, and Brooks Harrison. Our assistant athletic trainer is Cameron Mathis, and our director of basketball performance is Christian Sisto. We call him the man. Grant Tyler's our referee today. David Russell and William Humes are our umpires, and I promise to have a very fair call and be on my best behavior. The ball is in the air. The ball is won by the Pioneers, and it leads to a layup for Trenton Gibson. Well, that's a fast start. 2-0 Tusculum. I didn't even get a chance to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Brian. I'm courtside. Game Station Engineers, the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humbert. Mars Hill, a little tough runner in the lane, is no good. Rebounded by Brandon Mitchell of the Pioneers, as the Matthew Powell runner is no good. So Tusculum sets up in a half court after a fast break layup off the opening tip for Trenton Gibson. Brown to Mitchell from the top, watched by Daniel a long way from the bucket. Now Gibson on the kick out to Hodnett. On the right side, this is going to be Dylan Smith. He'll try a 3 off the dribble. Bang! And the Pioneers continue the 3-point streak as Tusculum has hit a 3 in 207 straight games, 916 out of the 917 played. Mars Hill with the basketball, down 5-0. 3 ball here by Jayshawn Brooks will equal that 3 effort by Dylan Smith. And Brooks knocks down the 3. He's a good 3-point shooter. Shoots 40%. 5-3, Tusculum. They move it left to right on your radio as I see it, or from Midge to Joyce. As you view it, it's opposite. Hodnett with a tough shot in the paint is no good. Rebounded by Gibson. He'll go up and bank it in. That wasn't an easy shot by Hodnett. He never got the shoulders squared. Probably should have kicked it out. But Trenton Gibson there with the offensive rebound. So the Pioneers with the basketball, or I should say with the lead. Mars Hill with the basketball, down 7-3. Gilliard with his first touch, and here's a steal by Trenton Gibson. Gibson will run it the route, lay it up off the glass, bank it in, and a timeout's going to be asked for by Vic Fenora. He did this in game 1, and his team answered the call and responded and went on a run to close out that first half with the lead, and they basically were just unstoppable the rest of the way in that game until the Pioneers decided to start playing in the second half, which is exactly what they did. Took a 3-point lead only to see what happened late in that contest. There was a 3-pointer made by Dylan Smith, or at least 3 free throws on it. He was fouled shooting 3. Mars Hill would come down and answer with the 3. I believe it was Matthew Powell that knocked it down. And then Tariq Jenkins hits a runner in the lane with 8 seconds. Mars Hill inbounds it, and Jayshawn Brooks hits a 3 with 0.4 seconds to play. He was triple teamed. It was contested, and it went down. Just to give you an idea as to how that went down. So 9-3 out of the Mars Hill timeout. Jamal Bryant with it into the front court. He runs it right down the lane. Missed the layup. Rebounded by Brandon Mitchell. Had it knocked from his possession, but the Pioneers, I think, keep it up. They turn it over. Inside the paint, this will be Bryant who will put it up and in. You got to value the basketball. You can't give it away underneath your own rim. Keyston Brown, Gibson. It's a zone by Mars Hill. Here is Mitchell from 17 feet. That's no good. Mitchell battles for the rebound, but it's won by Mars Hill, and out of the pack comes Bryant with it into the hands, or I should say Powell, into the hands of Jayshawn Brooks, right to the rim and in. Not good transition D, so the timeout effective for Coach Vic Fenora, whose team is now down 9-7 after trailing 9-3. Left side front court, Trenton Gibson. He'll pull up and be fouled by Matthew Powell and he will earn a trip to the free throw line. So Powell with his first, team's first, and the first foul whistled in the game. So Trenton Gibson, who's off to a good start, it was on the opening tip that Brandon Mitchell tipped ahead to Keaston Brown, who found Trenton Gibson running right to the rim as Mars Hill just kind of fell asleep there. And at the free throw line, the first free throw is good by Trenton Gibson. Second free throw is also good. 11-7 Tusculum. Took a second for the ball to come out of the net, and now the officials are going to talk over something. I don't know what they're talking about. I can't read lips. And even if I could, I wouldn't want to. Across the midcourt stripe, this will be Matthew Powell on the dribble. Actually, I'm a really good lip reader. On the drive is Powell. It's no good. Bryant. And then the rebound is loose. It's on the floor. It's picked up by the Pioneers. Thrown ahead to Dylan Smith. Smith trailing the play is Gibson. Dumping it down to Hodnett, who dunks it down. Caleb Hodnett was just camping out. 13-7. The Pioneers answer the 4-0 spurt by Mars Hill with the 4-0 spurt of their own. Handling is Matthew Powell. Bryant. Smith reaching in, couldn't steal it cleanly. Into the corner is Powell. He'll drive baseline and a whistle to stop play on maybe a reach against the Pioneers defending inside. It's going to go on Mitchell. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. Pioneers are off to a decent start, but it doesn't matter. To sustain the start, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. Powell's going to turn it over. He nearly stepped inbounds on the inbound play. Pioneers cannot get a fast break point as Mars Hill was back in transition defense nicely. Gibson backing his way in. Looking inside the paint, knocked away and stolen by Mars Hill. Tried to force a pass in the paint. Right side to the middle of the floor. This is going to be Matthew Powell. Powell with it. Skip pass to Gilliard, a three is good. Austin Gilliard, his first shot of the game. He shoots 40% from three as well. 13-10 Tusculum. Across the stripe, this will be Keaston Brown. Pioneers have to take care of their home floor. They haven't been real good here at home. Perfectly honest with you, they are 6-3. Well, they're good, but they're just 5-3 in the league at home. Mitchell driving in. He'll be fouled, which will lead us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and return to Pioneer Arena. 15:34 to play in the first half, where it is Tusculum 13 and Mars Hill 10. Pioneer basketball will continue after this on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
$13 to 10, Tusculum with the advantage in this first half. The first media timeout, they lead it by 3, shooting 5 of 7 from the field, 71%. Mars Hill 4 of 7 from the field. Last foul went on Daniel of Mars Hill. Pioneers with it on the inbound. Same 5 out there. Keaston Brown bouncing it inside to Brandon Mitchell. Driving it on Daniel. He'll put it up strong and bank it in. Brandon Mitchell's got to be that guy right there. 15 to 10 Tusculum. Powell gives it up to Bryant. Daniel, top of the key, Bryant. Brooks on the handoff from the right wing. He and Gilliard have gotten free for a 3 effort so far in the first half. Gilliard with another look for 3. This one is no good. Weak side rebound, Dylan Smith. Pioneers with it into the front court. Little crossover, top of the key 3. Brown. No. And the long rebound comes out to Matthew Powell. Bryant into the front court to Powell, who's between the rings in the front court for the Lions, who have won 3 of their last 4, coming off a 3-game winning streak, just like the Pioneers. But they both lost on Saturday. Back door, Daniel, layup is short, no good. Rebounded by Brandon Mitchell, but good ball movement by Mars Hill. They just couldn't pay it off. 15-10, Tusculum, 14.5 to play. First half, Trenton Gibson across the stripe for the Pioneers. Mitchell into the hands of Dylan Smith. Smith, hot net, a 3. No good, and the rebound to Gilliard, and it's going to be tied up and kicked out of bounds off of Mars Hill. It'll be Pioneer ball. Into the game, Tariq Jenkins, Dyquavis Wilkins, and Cam King for the Pioneers. The 2 big men will exit for Tusculum. Gibson leading the way, 8 points on 3 of 3 from the field for Tusculum, who are 6 of 10 from the field here in the early going. So Tusculum will inbound Dylan Smith. Cam King. Tariq Jenkins to Gibson. Gibson just handled the dribble there for a second. Back out to Jenkins. So now they'll reset. And Jenkins, who nearly was the hero the first time these teams got together, gives it up. Gibson a 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound, Ja'Shawn Brooks. Pioneers have missed 3 straight. Brooks slowed up. Bryant. Pass is deflected, but gets to Gilliard. Gilliard back out to Bryant. Between the rings, Bryant on the dribble. Left side is Powell. Penetrates inside Daniel, who dunks it down. Just a real calm dunk. It's 15-12, Tusculum. Pioneers, who have led by as many as 6, lead it by 3. Dylan Smith tried the pick and roll. King working over Powell. Little jumper in the lane is no good. Leads to a break for Bryant, who rebounded it. Take off into the front court. Dylan Smith is whistled for a foul. So Dylan will pick up his first. For the team, it will be their second. And into the contest will come Trey Beelan. So Bryant will inbound the Pembroke transfer out of Florence, South Carolina. Been a good scorer for them, 11.3 on the year, and he's averaged 12 points a game in his last 2. And before that, his previous 4 games had been only averaging about 6.5 points a game. Brooks off the dribble, fadeaway 2-pointer is good. Ja'Shawn Brooks knocking that down. What a big bucket. Did not have a good season last year against Tusculum. As a matter of fact, didn't play in 1 game and only played a half in the first meeting between the 2. But he had 17 in the first meeting, including the game winner, and off to a good start here. Wilkins, Jenkins with 10 to shoot. He'll pull up off the dribble. Is good. Not necessarily his strong suit, pulling up off the dribble. The ball gets stuck in the net. Vic Fenora is upset over it. It's not like we're doing it on purpose. What do you want us to do? I mean, it's been that way since Christmas. It's been up since Christmas. I don't know if it's going to stretch any more than it has. We've already tried to stretch it as much as we possibly can. They're going to stop the game because the ball didn't come out of the net. And Vic Fenora complaining because it doesn't allow Mars Hill to get into their quick attack counter. I understand that, but, I mean, the net's been on there since Christmas. And if we can't stretch it then, how are we going to stretch it now? How about we just don't play with a net? Call your own fouls and play without a net. I think what they should do, because we have not been really good offensively, is go find where we sent our old goals and go steal them. and replace them with these brand new things. I don't know what we're doing. We're standing around. They want us to stretch the net out. Like I said, it's not like this is the first time this has happened. Let's take a break because this is ridiculous. We're back to Pioneer Arena right after this. It's Tusculum 17. It's Mars Hill 14. Pioneer basketball continues after this here on the Pioneer Sports Network. You're my hero. He's come out and stretched the net. And, man, I feel a whole lot better since we did that. I'm so glad. Good job, Christian. Oh, and then his hair bun came down. And we need to stretch his head. Sisto has to stretch his head. He's got it all tied back up there. Now he's back. He's good to go. Wow. Maybe if we borrowed some of Christian's hair and stretched it out that way, it would stretch out a lot better. I don't know. It reminds me of those dolls that you used to get, the stretchy guy. Man, what's that? Stretch Armstrong? Yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's play basketball. Mars Hill jumper is no good. Rebounded by the Pioneers. After a lengthy delay, we're going to have a break here, Nathan, in about 15 seconds again, if we don't make a shot here. Zach Dixon's on the floor. Gibson on the baseline. In the paint, elevates, scores. And that one came cleanly through the net. Boy, that was good to see that the ball came out of the net so Mars Hill could get into their quick transition offense. David Elkins is on the floor. Brooks, a deep three from the R, is off the mark, no good. We've had people hit from the R the last two games. Van Turner Jr. hit 3 of them from the R. And if you're watching, you see where the R is. Oh, we got a timeout because of the turnover against the Pioneers. So we'll take a break after the first break was sponsored by Christian Sisto's Hair. 11:29 to play here in the first half. Tusculum 19, Mars Hill 14. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. It's
So 19-14 as we come out of the break. Pioneers with the lead. Gilliard beats the press down the floor. Thought he was fouled, but he did not get the call. So here come the Pioneers after the missed shot by Gilliard officially. Top of the key, right side. This will be Zach Dixon. Dixon. King posting up and a kick ball by Elkins. Kick save and a beauty. We're going to run the play called execute right here. I just heard JT Bird say, I've given you guys a secret. Execute. Right side, Zach Dixon, 15 to shoot. Gets a screen from King. He'll step back for a three. That's in and out, no good. King with the rebound, short with the layup, put back, and then a whistle for a foul as King tries to get it back. He short arms a layup. So it's unfortunate. King working hard to get the second chance, but then he shot the layup short. It was a good offensive rebound, though, by King. Pioneers who continue to be dominant in that particular category in the nation. In offensive rebounds, they lead the nation, but their rebound margin has wavered of late because the Pioneers have been making shots. They are now third and fourth in rebound margin. Brooks right to the rim, put it up and in. Jayshon Brooks playing well. 19 to 16, Tusculum. 10.5 to play in the first half. Jenkins lost it. Goes right to Josh Scott, who's on the floor. Had a chance to meet Mom this past Saturday. Good to meet her. Hope she's doing well and traveled back safely to Florida. Pioneers miss a shot here, but they get an offensive rebound, a second chance. Here's Dixon on the left wing. Top of the key is Wilkins. Jenkins. Back out. Top of the key is Dixon. Is rejected by Daniel as the shot clock expires. And the Mars Hill defense, you don't see that very often as they are worst in the conference in scoring defense. But that's a good set right there for the Lions. Gilliard for two is good. And a timeout's going to be asked for by JT Burton. And so both coaches have gone ahead and burned a timeout here in this first half, and we'll see if this one works out. Pioneers lead at 19 to 18, who the Pioneers are 2 for their last 10, haven't scored in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Elsewhere in the league, it is Queens leading Newberry 33 to 23. Lenore Ryan leads Carson Newman 21 to 16 at Holt Fieldhouse. It is Wingate leading Anderson 24 to 16. And they just started the game against LMU. Wise leads 3-0 in the first 30 seconds. And LMU's first conference visit to the house that David Pryor built. And it's the only house bigger than the Tex Turner. Not by capacity, just bigger. Catawba leads Coker 11-5 early. 9:40 left here in the first half. And the Mars Hill Lions on a surge. Really, they've scored the last 4. That's what that means. Not quite a run. Right side front court, this is going to be Jenkins, Dixon, and his pass deflected out of bounds, intended for Josh Scott. Got to get somebody playing with some confidence. Mars Hill has been good. Javante Cook has not seen the floor yet. He has been the hottest of the Mars Hill Lions. Don't know what's going on in that particular situation. Not sure that I even saw him. Illness has been going around. Flu is widespread. That could be a possibility. 5 to shoot. The Pioneers standing around. Pass deflected. Hodnett gets it. Scott fires it. Bang! Josh Scott. Almost from Pompano Beach, Florida, as he drains that one. 22 to 18, ending the long drought for the Pioneers. And it just wasn't a good offensive set, but Josh paid it off. Matthew Powell. Blocked by Hodnett. Zach Dixon on the break into the front court. Top of the key. This is going to be Tariq Jenkins to Josh Scott. Jenkins against this zone by the Lions. Dixon, dribble penetration, bounce it to Hodnett, who dunks it down. Another dunk for the Pioneers. 24 to 18. Right side front court. Give and go inside to Bryant. Good finish. 24-20. Pioneers by 4. Across the midcourt stripe, Tariq Jenkins. Little give and go there on that last drive and finish by Bryant. Good look by Daniel. Bounce pass, Tariq Jenkins sidesteps 2, gets it to Wilkins. Attempt is no good, and the rebound will come down to Mars Hill, and the ball's going to be tied up, and the arrow favors the guests of Mars Hill, which will take us to a break on the floor. We'll take the break and return in a minute. 7:58 left in the first half, where it's Tusculum 24 and Mars Hill 20. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farm.
(24-20), Tusculum leads Mars Hill. 10 points for Trenton Gibson to lead all scorers. 9 points for Jayshon Brooks for Mars Hill. 7:58 to play here in this first half. Matthew Powell in the front court for the Lions. Daniel on the top. Here's Gilliard. Pioneers chase him over a screen. Gilliard slips, goes to the floor, and travels. Keyston Brown out there with Dylan Smith, Trenton Gibson, Josh Scott, and Caleb Hodnett. Trenton Gibson off to yet another good start. The reason the Pioneers have been so successful in this run, 3 of their last 4 are victories, is because of the play of Trenton Gibson and others, but Dylan Smith comes to mind as well. But Gibson has just been very solid, consistently knocking down that mid-range jumper. Smith is blocked, and the rebound is tipped out by Hodnett, but apparently he committed a foul tipping it out. Smith thought he was fouled. Well, they all do, but that one might have been legitimate. Mitchell is in for Hodnett, who can't believe he picked up that foul. Hodnett with 2 high percentage shots here in this one. That would mean playing above the rim, as in rim rockers. 24-20, Tusculum. Daniel holding it from the left wing out to Gilliard. Gilliard on the top of the key. This will be Powell driving it into the lane. A wraparound pass to Daniel, and he's fouled. I don't know if Mitchell just kind of shoved him down. He didn't. It'll be Josh Scott who picks up the foul. I didn't see a lot of things. My view is obstructed because JT makes a better door than a window. I am going to get me a seat somewhere in this gym where I can watch the game. Maybe I could find a way to get a seat up in that scoreboard. I take that back. I don't want to sit in that scoreboard. It's probably not very safe. Daniel makes the first. Missed the second. Scott grabs the rebound, and then Gilliard is whistled for a foul. That's a little bit of micromanaging. That's what, right there is what I'm talking about. Just, you know, there's no harm really. Is there any foul? Gilliard didn't get the rebound. Scott got the rebound, and we were getting ready to go on a break. It's 24-21, Tusculum by 3. Smith, Brown, bouncing it to Mitchell, defended by Daniel. In the paint, nice big step, another big step, off the glass, no. Rebound, loose, picked up by Mitchell, goes up, no, and the rebound tipped off of Mitchell, out of play. Good effort by the Pioneers, a lot of contact inside as well. We got nothing there? Well, I hope nothing happens on this end. That's all. I'm going to promise to be a better broadcaster. It is the week of love. Bryant's jumper is no good. Rebounded by Daniel, and he scores. We jumped too early on the rebound attempt, and Daniel scored it. 24-23. Tusculum by 1. Mars Hill on a 6-0 spurt. Tusculum's missed their last 4 shots, 2 for their last 10. They just haven't shot the ball well after getting off to a scintillating start, 5 of 7. Brown, a 3, is off the mark. Rebounded by Mitchell, who is fouled. Daniel was actually falling to the ground and ran over Brandon's Achilles. So Daniels picked up his second foul, team foul number 3. Mars Hill has done a fabulous job playing without fouling here in the first half. And will be playing without what appears to be without Javante Cook. I have not seen him at all. And he is the hottest Mars Hill Lion, averaging 19 points a game over the last 9 games. And no word as to why. Inbound 3 by Dylan Smith is good. Dylan Smith with a dagger from the baseline. 27-23, that's a bang. 5.5 to play, first half, Pioneers by 4. Jamal Bryant back into the game for the Lions. He has it right now. Skips it to Gilliard. Powell. Inside out. Into the game has come Justin Hartfield. Gilliard answers the 3, airballs it. Rebounded by the Pioneers. I don't know who got it because I do not have x-ray vision. Dixon, a 3. Bang! Pioneers have hit back-to-back 3s, and Zach Dixon knocks down from the right wing. 4 for 9 from 3 for the Pioneers. Back-to-back 3s gives them a 6-0 run. Hartfield. Gilliard. In the paint, rejected by King. Mitchell got away with a little bump from the elbow to the noggin on Gilliard as well. 30-23 Tusculum. Gibson, a 2. Yes, off the dribble. The Pioneers on an 8-0 run. They lead it by 9, 32-23, which is the largest lead of this first half. Right side front court, Bryant, Powell. Pioneers got to maintain. Just be consistent. A walk that Powell got away with leads to a Bryant attempt for 3. That one is no good, and the rebound is loose. It's rebounded by Mars Hill. They miss again, then get the rebound. This is Powell. He'll go baseline. Gilliard for a 3. Yes. He did that little pump fake and then knocked down the baseline 3. 32-26, Tusculum. Gibson, Dixon. Pulls up for 2. Yes, Zach Dixon for 2. And the perimeter shot, the last 4 trips for the Pioneers have fallen. Powell to Bryant. Beeline on the right baseline to Gilliard. And Gilliard 8 points on 2 made 3-pointers. He'll skip it into the corner. Beeline on the drive. Dylan Smith steals it from him. And Dylan getting out on the floor. Torrey Ponder, you need to clean up that water over there. Mitchell. No. Mitchell. In the paint. Yes. Brandon Mitchell. A lot of contact there, too. And the Pioneers have their largest lead, 36-26. Mars Hill to the front court. It's the largest lead they had this season on Mars Hill. Left side, Beeline. Much improved Mars Hill team as well. Bryant has improved him. Gilliard's offense is much improved, and Brooks is just very consistent. 3 ball here, no. Long rebound by Bryant, tracks it down before it goes out of play. Gilliard left open for a 3. They got lost in translation. He's hit another one. That's his 3rd 3. Gilliard now with 11 to lead the Lions, with Jaysean Brooks still on the bench, getting set to come in. Final 2:20 here in the first half. And we have a stoppage, and it will also bring us to a stoppage in play. So a foul on Austin Gilliard, his 2nd, and the team's 4th. We go to a break. 2:18 on the clock. Tusculum 36. It's Mars Hill 29. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Nicole McMillan, and I played soccer here, and I currently run cross country and track and field. And why I chose Tusculum is definitely because of the coaching staff, but also the faculty in general. Everyone just makes you feel like a family. You walk around campus, you see familiar faces, and it's like a home away from home.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Well, we're off somewhere. It should be 36-29. We'll try to figure that out here in this first half. Got a whistle and a stoppage. And the foul is going to go against Trey Beelan. Number 1 on him and the 6th on this team, on the Mars Hill Lions. So 36-29, we figured it out. And an offensive foul on the inbound against Cam King. Cam just he can't do that right there. You have got to be able to sustain. We cannot have silly turnovers like that. And it's not just Cam. This Pioneer team puts themselves in a bad situation where they could close out some things, and they just come up with some silly turnovers. A lot of illegal screens and those kind of things to end a possession and a run, allow a team to get on a run. Jayshon Brooks back on the floor. He has the basketball right now for Mars Hill. Also on the floor, David Elkins. Beelan. I called him Beeline, sorry. I put too much emphasis on the wrong syllable. I don't know what we're going to get here. William Humes was going to tee up either Gilliard or he was going to tee up King. I'm not sure who. But he was going to tee up somebody. I don't know. Either way, it's 36-29 our score. Pioneers with the lead and the ball. Jenkins on the floor with Dylan Smith, Trenton Gibson, Brandon Mitchell, and Zach Dixon. On the drive, Gibson overshoots a layup. Great play. Just didn't finish, didn't execute. Those are the plays. Little plays like that. Offensive fouls, illegal screens, and missed layups. And then Brooks dancing around. Gilliard firing and hitting a three. And right there is what we're talking about. You miss a layup, and the team comes down and hits a three. It's 36-32. Yeah, those are the things that just kill you. And Gilliard red hot, 14 points. He's 4 of 6 from 3. He's made his last 3 3-point attempts. Mitchell, beautiful spin move, and they've got 3 fouls on Gil. Ooh, what is this? A traveling violation? I guess it was so good it was illegal. And another turnover on the Pioneers. So a minute to the half. The Pioneers have hit 5 of their last 7, but because of 2 3-pointers by Gilliard, they're on a 6-0 run. Powell stays on the dribble and shoots over no. Rebound taken by Tariq Jenkins. Gibson with the good contest. 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Right side, Dylan Smith elevates off the dribble, no. Rebounded by Brandon Mitchell, he's fouled. So Brandon Mitchell's going to go to the free throw line as he draws the foul with 32 seconds to the half. And the foul's on Jamal Bryant is first. And so Brandon goes to the free throw line. He had 14 made straight makes at the free throw line. It ended at Catawba January 25th. He's made 22 of his last 26. As a matter of fact, Pioneers from the free throw line as a team over the last 6 games are shooting 76% at the free throw line, which is a vast improvement. Mitchell has hit 23 of his last 27. as he knocks that one down. Ends the run, the scoring drought as well, of 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Coming up here at the half, a look at this week in Tusculum athletics. Plus, Pioneer Baseball defeats Carson Newman today 9-4. They were out to a 5-0 lead and held on for that win. 38-32 Tusculum, 30 seconds in this first half. Across the stripe, this will be Matthew Powell. Difference of a second, game clock and shot clock. Pioneers have no fouls to give. Beelan. Powell. He goes up against Mitchell and puts it in with the clock winding down. And that will end the first half of play. Solid play by Powell to get the bucket on Mitchell right at the end to cut the deficit down to 6. So we have played a half. And the Pioneers lead by 4, I should say, here at the end of the first half. But they led by as many as 10 at 36-26. At the half, a look at this week in Tusculum athletics, your first half stats and scores from around the league. With your score, it is Tusculum 38 and Mars Hill 34. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division 2. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division 2, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division 2, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Hi, my name is Nicole McMillan, and I played soccer here, and I currently run cross country and track and field. And why I chose Tusculum is definitely because of the coaching staff, but also the faculty in general. Everyone just makes you feel like a family. You walk around campus, you see familiar faces, and it's like a home away from home.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
You got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
From the first day, we looked around each other and we said, we gotta go make things happen this year.
It doesn't matter what the score is at the end of the game. You have to go forward.
You have to take the game.
Attacking gets you goals real quick.
Give your best effort every day.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Stouffer with the game-winning goal. The national championship goes to Shippensburg for the third consecutive year.
Valdosta State Division II national champions.
The post, Hankins scores! They win their first national title!
38-34. The Pioneers this Saturday travel to the Electric City in Anderson, South Carolina, in the house that Mr. Abney built. It is the Pioneers' kryptonite. We do not play well there. We'll do so for the first time on a Saturday in this storied rivalry. So we'll play Saturday at the Abney Athletic Center in Anderson, South Carolina. Join us for coverage. The women tip it up at 2, the men to follow. And we'll try to get victories there, which we just don't. We go there. You can put an L on it every year. So let's see if we can't change that. So let's start the second half the way we started the first, with the personnel on the floor. A start to the second half the way we started the first would be nice for the Pioneers, though. Mars Hill will have the ball to start this second half. And here's a kick ball by the Pioneers, looking for a backdoor cutter to Gilliard. And the Pioneers kick it away. So Daniel, Powell, Gilliard, Bryant, and Brooks to start the second half. Without Javante Cook from Mars Hill, playing without their hottest basketball player. And one of the best in the league at 19 points a game over the last 9 games. Pioneers counter with Brown, Hodnett, Mitchell, Smith, and Gibson. They go left to right, Mars Hill, on your radio dial, or Midge to Joyce. Three-pointer here by Gilliard off the mark is no good, and the rebound taken by Trenton Gibson. They go right to left. Brian Staten courtside, game station engineer, the executive producer, the Pioneer Sports Network radio side, Nathan Humbert. Mitchell, hook shot is no good, but Mitchell gets the rebound for the Pioneers. Our TV side of things, Zach Hartle and Nick Forsberg doing a phenomenal job. Three by Dylan Smith is good. A deep three, just like Van Turner Jr. hit here on Saturday. The Pioneers lead 41-34. Can they get a stop and start stringing together some offensive runs here in this second half? The largest run for either side on that first half was 6-0 run each time. Daniel just backing his way in on Mitchell. JT Burton, all he can do is smile, because he's like, how do we allow that to happen? He just kind of walked his way into the paint. Just can't allow that to happen. Hodnett in the paint around Daniel, shoots over him and scores it off the glass. He banks it in. Brooks into the front court for Mars Hill. 43-36 Tusculum. That's an illegal screen. Now Brooks goes right to the rim. Is erased by Brandon Mitchell with the rejection. It's a return to Cinder, and Smith on a break for three is no good, but it's right back out to Dylan Smith. Right side, Keyston Brown for the Pioneers. Inside the paint, stolen by Powell, and a collision foul as Mitchell was trying to get it. Powell was trying to break out of there. Mitchell's going to pick up his second foul. Well, Dylan Smith, we've seen him hit that pull-up three off a break and score it. Just doesn't score it right there. Dylan had been in a pretty good way. Daniel loses his shoe. A little time to put his shoe on. Just slides that thing. I don't know how those kids do that today. With their shoes tied, they're able to slide it back on. Does that mean your shoe is too big for your foot? Either way, 43-36. Bounce pass to Daniel. Bryant on the left side to Gilliard. That's illegal. Gilliard, floater in the lane, rims off, no good. Rebounded by Hodnett. Into the hands of Gibson, looking to run it. Gibson into the paint. Off the glass is no good. It's short. There's a lot of contact we play on. Mars Hill on the run into the front court is Jayshawn Brooks. Gibson not spending any time complaining about it. That's what I love about Trenton. He just plays. I complain. He doesn't. Daniel out to Brooks. On the right side into the hands. Bryant to Powell. Rejected by Hodnett. Right to Daniel. Rejected by Mitchell. He's fouled. Wow. Looked pretty clean from this angle, and I don't know how the official on that far side angle had a good view of it, but he had the best, obviously, because he called the foul. Mitchell with his third, and the second on the team here this half. 43-36 as Daniel goes to the stripe. 61% free throw shooter is good on the first. So Mitchell will come out. Cam King is in for the Pioneers. He missed a Wise game to illness, Cam. And a new net on that end. That ball goes right through the net. Why didn't we do that at Christmas? Why didn't we put on a new net at Christmas time? I guess Santa came too late. That's what it was. Right side front court, this is going to be Brown. Inside the paint to King, overshoots the layup, but he misses, but he's fouled. Just finished with contact. Daniel's going to pick up his third. So the two bigs for the two starting bigs for each team now with 3 fouls, Mitchell and Daniel. And Mars Hill without Javante Cook tonight, it would appear. Probably the illness bug, you just don't see him at all. Cam King at the free throw line. Good on his first. Career numbers. 26% at the stripe last year. 74% this year. And he makes them both. How about that? 45-38 Tusculum. Powell, watched by Brown. Takes off, slips, gets it back. Bryant on the left wing at the top, bouncing it to Gilliard. Gibson contesting the shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Brown to Smith. Smith running the floor. Into the paint. Gives it up to Hodnett. Hodnett is blocked by Daniel. Back it out to Smith. Smith on the right side. Now we'll reset. Back out to Keaston Brown. Pioneers just haven't been able to finish off a lot of breaks this season. Brown for 2 off the dribble is no good. Rebound taken by Mars Hill. Got to put together some offense. Gilliard to Powell. Losing it. Ball's on the floor. Picked up by Bryant. Elevates from the foul line and knocks it in. And you had it and you lost it. 45-40. Tusculum just can't pull away. Mars Hill not going away. Tusculum's missed their last 4 shots. They have it on offense. Hodnett at the top of the key. Gets it to Gibson, who's been quiet offensively here of late. Elevates, blocked by Bryant. The loose ball is knocked out of bounds off Gibson, and it's Mars Hill basketball. That takes us to a timeout as the Pioneers extend their lead by 1 the first 4 minutes plus. With 15:46 to play in the game, it's Tusculum 45, it's Mars Hill 40. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their
45-40, Tusculum with a 5-point lead, but Mars Hill with the ball, not going away. They are 2 of 7 this half. The Pioneers are 2 of 8. Powell driving in, missing it, rebounded by Hodnett of the Pioneers. Tariq Jenkins in out of that timeout with it into the front court to Hodnett. Gibson, watched by Bryant. Blocked by him just moments ago. Now Gibson back out to Hodnett. A 3. No. King battles for the rebound out to Hodnett. He goes up strong for 2 more. Caleb Hodnett. 47-40. A physical paint game the entire game. So they've let it go. The ball knocked away, but Bryant comes up with it, then misses the layup. Rebounded by Jenkins. Altered by Cam King that trip. On a deflected pass into the paint. Pioneers have to sustain some offense. Score here. Just get a good look anyway. Gibson, no. Rebounded weak side by Brooks. He kind of settled for that shot. Did not move offensively. We go to sleep offensively. Brooks elevates for 2. Short. Rebound taken by Tariq Jenkins. Got to move the ball. Just move the ball. Mars Hill already appears to be just a little winded playing down a man when you consider Javante Cook not into the game. Gibson. And a jump ball arrow to favor the Pioneers. And we've got a slick spot on the floor. Got to clean that up. Christian Sisto will be out to help assist with that. He'll probably unravel his hair Herculean-like and mop it up. Oh, no, we got Torrey Ponder out to clean up. So Christian can leave his hair in the man bun. I joke with Christian. What a good kid. Performance director. This team is getting stronger based on his coaching. 47-40 Tusculum. They have 9 seconds to shoot. Zach Dixon rejected. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer ball with 4 seconds to shoot. Good defense by Mars Hill. They're in a low-scoring affair. They haven't been in many low-scoring affairs all year. And Gibson had not reestablished in play as he got the ball and a turnover anyway. Pioneers have hit just one of their last 9, but they lead by 7, but they're down to 40% shooting for the game. And just mistake after mistake. Pioneers just can't make these mistakes. A deflected pass that goes in. It goes right through the hands of Daniel, and it goes in the hoop. You know it's your night when you throw the ball at somebody and it deflects off their noggin and it goes in. And an offensive foul on Caleb Hodnett. So Hodnett's going to pick up his second personal foul, team's third. And it's another one of those turnovers that you just can't have. After a fortunate break for Mars Hill, then they get a stop. Pioneers 1 for their last 9. Mars Hill's Elkins. This pass is deflected out of play. Dylan Smith will come back in for Tusculum. Hodnett will get a breather. I'm glancing over it. There's not a game. Most of their games are in the 90s. The other low-scoring game they played against these Pioneers, they scored just 67 points in the win. Dixon knocks this one away and out of play. .71 would be the other lowest scoring game for Mars Hill this year. Right now they have 42. 13-14 to play in the game. Gilliard traveled. Wow, that is a tight call right there as well. Wow. William Humes right on top of that. So Tariq Jenkins with the basketball. They have finally reached halftime. Lincoln Memorial is leading Wise 38-34. They're in a low-scoring affair. Dixon from the left wing. Pioneers just not able to get it inside without Brandon Mitchell in there. Gibson, he'll draw a foul. And he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. Looking for his first point since the first half. David Elkins whistled for his first. Again, Mars Hill, I'm going to keep saying it, not playing with Javante Cook tonight. 19 games played this year. 33 against Catawba in the loss on Saturday. And since the Tusculum game, where he had thrown in at 12 points in that game, he's been averaging 19.1 points a game, a team best, almost a conference best in the last 9 games. Second free throw by Gibson. Made them both. 49-42, Tusculum. Got to stop here. Elkins across the stripe. Brooks. Elkins. Gilliard. Brooks left open for 3 is good. Jayshon Brooks knocks down a 3, did not get the stop they needed. And it's 49-45, Tusculum by 4. Pioneers need to score. They need to answer anyway. Each time Mars Hill does. Dixon. Here's Gibson. Jenkins on the right wing. Cam King. Dylan Smith with 10 to shoot. Oh, he turned his ankle. Gibson takes off to the lane, rejected by Daniel. Mars Hill gets the stop. Man alive, they play great defense right there. Brooks out to Jamal Bryant. Poked away right to the midcourt stripe where Bryant will pick it up. Brooks driving on Jenkins, and it's lost out of bounds, tipped out by Jenkins. We go to a break, 11:35 to play here in this basketball game. It's Tusculum 49 and Mars Hill 45. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
It's
So we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena. Neither team lighting it up here in the second half. Tusculum 3 of 13. The Lions are 4 of 12, but the Lions have a chance to cut the deficit down in half or down to 1. Brooks, watched by Smith, missing. Rebounded by Bebe. Pioneer basketball, they hold it. Now they need to score it. Pioneers are down below 40%. They started the game 5 of 7. Jenkins is blocked again by Daniel, but Jenkins comes up with the steal. He's got Brown. He'll take it himself. He'll finish it, and he thought he was fouled. A lot of contact there. So Jenkins got blocked, but then gets the steal. 3 ball by Gilliard. No. Rebounded by Dylan Smith. Into the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins across the stripe for the Pioneers. Donovan Donaldson is in the building tonight, playing professionally overseas. And love to have that kid. Boom! Dylan Smith, though, channeling his best Donovan Donaldson, and then a steal by Tariq Jenkins. A 5-point trip for the Pioneers and a timeout by Vic Fenora. We go to a break and return to Pioneer Arena as the Pioneers take their largest lead. Tusculum 56, Mars Hill 45. Back after this as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Tusculum opening up the largest lead of the game here, 56-45. Good timeout by Vic Fenora as the Pioneers on a 7-0 run. Gilliard has to come all the way to the backcourt to get the ball for Mars Hill. Watched by Tariq Jenkins, Tusculum's theft leader. And he's already got 2 steals in about 2 minutes. Boy, he can score in spurts. Oh, and that's a push-off by Gilliard, but it leads to a break for Cam King. He'll miss the layup. Jenkins with the steal. And Gilliard twice using that off arm to shove Jenkins away. And Jenkins will be whistled for his first, team foul number 3. But Cam King just mistimed his run to the rim. Cannot miss layups. Can't miss layups. I can miss layups. I missed a bunch of layups, but I didn't play basketball. Powell in the front court for Mars Hill. He stumbles to the floor, stays on the dribble, a scramble for it. Daniel gets it, working on King. Bryant at the rim scores it. 56-47 Pioneers. Did not get the stop they needed there. Tariq Jenkins into the front court. Little sense of urgency, though, by both teams here. Oh, Wilkins fires a 3. That one is no good. (56-47). Here's a 3 ball by Powell that's no good, and the rebound comes down to Smith breaking out of the pack, and he's 1v2, does not like his odds. Smith, Jenkins. Tough runner is no good. Rebounded by Daniel, who's done a great job in the paint today for Mars Hill. Brooks now attacks Brown. Right to the rim is blocked by King into the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins will go at Gilliard and draw the foul. And the personal foul on Gilliard is his 3rd, team's 4th. And so to the free throw line, it will be Tariq Jenkins who will go there. He's got to tie the shoe. Jenkins been laboring a bit from the free throw line, though. 53%. The team hasn't. He's 19th in the league in scoring. It's plummeted a little bit since his injury. Missed a week of the season. 13.8 points a game. Makes the first free throw here, though. Pioneers on a surge of scoring. They've missed layups, though. Can't miss layups. Got to figure out how to put teams away. Mars Hill will not go away. They're too good of a scoring team for that to happen, and too good of a shooting team for that to happen. Mars Hill comes in here averaging 84.5 points a game, one of the best in our league, 3rd. And they shoot 44% from the field. Against them, teams hit 47%, but the Pioneers just at 40% right now. 58-47, Tusculum, as Jenkins makes both. He comes out of the game for Gibson, who dives on the floor for a loose ball. Gilliard mishandles the dribble and turns it over. Gibson has it. Hodnett is out there. Takes a 3 straight away. No. And it's rebounded by Mars Hill. Josh Scott was actually pulled backwards, or he probably gets that rebound. And Bryant hits a jumper in the paint off the dribble. A good shot. 58-49, Jamal Bryant with the bucket. He has 8. Make that 10, I believe. 58-49, Mars Hill. Down to the Pioneers. Mars Hill 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. Dylan Smith, bang! Off the dribble for 3, ending a string of 4 straight misses for the Pioneers. And Tusculum back on top and now have their largest lead, 61-49. Got to get a stop here. Bryant, red hot right now for the Lions for 2. Got another one, Jamal Bryant. 12 for Bryant, 14 for Gilliard, 12 for Brooks, 11 for Daniel, playing without Javante Cook. And Coach Fenora has basically gone with this 5. As a matter of fact, his bench has not scored tonight. Dylan Smith for a three, contested, blocked, and it's into the hands of Hodnett, who scores. 63-51. Powell into the front court. Right side, bounce pass. Daniel knocked away and fouled by Keaston Brown. We'll take the break on a timeout here from Pioneer Arena. So 7:05 to play in the game. It's Tusculum 63 and Mars Hill 51. Pioneer basketball surging to a 12-point lead here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
(63-51), the Pioneers with a 12-point lead. Mars Hill with the ball. Tusculum at shooting at 40%. Mars Hill 43%. Tusculum 8 for 24 here in the second half. And before the shot, another foul that's going to go on the Pioneers for the 6th on the team. It'll go on Josh Scott. Brandon Mitchell's going to be into the game for the Pioneers. So Bryant riding the hot hand for Mars Hill right now. They're trying to feed him. The Pioneers outscoring Mars Hill to the moment, 25-17 here in the second half. Bryant misses from three, and the rebound to Trenton Gibson. They wanted him to have the ball. Vic Fenora feeding off his hot hand right now, but he misses. And now the Pioneers, can they extend the lead? Gibson on the right side into the hands of Jenkins. Here's Mitchell. Zach Dixon out there, getting a lot of minutes in this one. Right side, Gibson, 5 to shoot. Bouncing it to Hodnett. Another solid game for Caleb. Hook shot is good. Caleb Hodnett for the Pioneers has 12. 12 points, 5 rebounds for Hodnett. And the Pioneers do extend the lead. Can they get another stop? 65-51, no. They'll get a foul on Tariq Jenkins, which will send Bryant to the line for a 1-and-1. So Jamal Bryant will go to the stripe, who's averaging 12 points his last 2 games. And prior to his last 2, had only averaged about 6 points a game in his previous 6 games. Or pardon me, his previous 4 games. Had a 28-point game at Carson Newman this year. So Bryant to the stripe. Has scored the Lions' last 4 on 2 mid-range jumpers and then missed a 3. And he knocks down the first to gain the bonus. Second. Rims off, no good. Rebound taken by Dylan Smith to Trenton Gibson. 6:15 to play. The Pioneers by 13. Mars Hill going to come out with a trap. Just getting into the front court are the Pioneers. This will be Tariq Jenkins. Counted 1. I'm going to share a little secret that I think the officials missed outside of that foul right there. Daniel picks up his 4th. Pioneers did not get across the line in time. There was 20 seconds on the clock when Gibson let that ball go. So because it had not touched anybody in the front court, it should have been a 10-second violation against the Pioneers. So they were fortunate to get across midcourt. Jenkins to attempt the 3-point play, which he converts. 11 for Jenkins, 68-52. Pioneers, largest lead of the night. Powell with it for Mars Hill. Drives it to the rim, and he's fouled by Jenkins going up. Mitchell came late to protect the basketball rim, but Jenkins will pick up his third foul. Coming off the bench, Tariq Jenkins. Again, he was injured, so he missed the Wednesday UVA-Wise game. Or is he back for that one? Yeah, he was back for that one. He missed the week Lenore and Newberry. Powell, just his third point of the night. He is 1 of 7 from the field. Matthew Powell, he's averaged 10 points in his last 2 games. Had an 18-point game against North Greenville this year. And he makes both free throws at 74%. 68-54, Tusculum. They come with the trap and back off of it as the Pioneers do a better job getting it into the front court. Little pick and roll. Nope, they didn't get it to Mitchell. Hodnett. Gibson. Driving it, pulling up for 2. No good. Rebounded weak side by Powell. Pioneers got to get a stop. When you don't score, you better get a stop. Easier said than done against this talented offense. Powell. Off balance, no good. Rebounded by Jenkins. He comes out of the pack with it for the Pioneers. Hodnett. Dylan Smith attacks. Gives it up to Gibson on Bryant. Lays it in. 70-54, Tusculum. 5 minutes to play. 5 minutes to hold a 16-point lead. Top of the key, this will be Bryant. Watched here by Mitchell. This pass out to Gilliard. He's not had an easy look here in the second half. He's really had to work for it. And here's a steal. Dylan Smith has it on the turnover of Gilliard. Smith slows it up. Pioneers into the front court. 4.5 to play. Pass stolen by Bryant. Comes away with it up ahead into the hands of Brooks. He'll try a 3 over Smith. In and out, no good. And the Pioneers had the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it's last touched by Gibson. Man alive, just silly plays. And a timeout will take us to a media timeout as well. We'll take the break and return to Pioneer Arena right after this. 4:20 left. It's Tusculum 70. It's Mars Hill 54. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. To 54, a 5-second count right out of the timeout. The Pioneers get a big turnover there. That just because Mars Hill gets any type of offensive momentum going. Been very active defensively. Pioneers with 70 right now. And they've got Mars Hill at 54 with 4:10 to play. And the Pioneers are playing at their pace, right where they want to be playing. Their tempo, their style. Hodnett inside to Mitchell. Working on Daniel, who has to kind of give way with the 4 fouls, and Brandon Mitchell scores. I'll say it again. Mars Hill playing without Javante Cook. Had a 33-point game Saturday. Don't even see him in the gym tonight. Bryant in on Hodnett. No. Rebound tipped. No. Rebound into the hands of Gibson for the Pioneers. Hodnett will run it into the front court. Had a slam dunk to Mitchell if they wanted it, but the Pioneers want to run some clock. 3:25, and the Pioneers have their largest lead of 72-54. Can they milk the game away? Jenkins, solid second half, 11 points for him in the game. Gibson with 16. Still with 16, offensive rebound and a block. Bryant gets it, and Gilliard has it out of the pack to Brooks. Brooks lost it, got it back, out of control in the paint, working against Mitchell. Hodnett comes up with the foul. If it was going to be on Mitchell, one radio/TV announcer was going to come unglued in his seat. I'm not glued, but I would have come undone. But it was on Hodnett, and I didn't see that. Brooks, a rare miss at the free throw line. 89% at the stripe this year. He has attempted 145 free throws. That is a bunch. And he's made nearly 90% of them. He does make the second one. 72-55 Tusculum and 2:55 to hold a lead. Pressure by the Lions. Gibson. Mitchell. One step to the rim, missed it. And then Mars Hill gets the rebound, and the Pioneers get a foul on Mitchell. That'll be number 4 on him, and the 1-and-1 for Gilliard. Mitchell thought he was fouled going up. J.T. Burton thought he was fouled going up. I don't have an opinion because I couldn't see through Coach Burton. So Gilliard to the stripe. It's the double bonus. I said the 1-and-1. Gilliard makes the first. The second is also good. So it's 72-57. Hodnett up ahead, dunks it down. That's high percentage. That's a slam dunk by Caleb Hodnett. Powell knocked away, got it back in the paint, scored it. 74-59 Tusculum. Gibson, and he's fouled by Powell. Powell's second. It's only the 5th on Mars Hill, so they had him to give, but they want to probably send the Pioneers to the line. So it'll be Gibson to inbound, backcourt right side for the Pioneers. And Mitchell just across the midcourt stripe handling it. And he turns it over. Mars Hill with it right back. Bryant driving to the rim, puts it up and in. 74-61 with 2 minutes to play. And the Pioneers will turn it over again. They've come unglued. So now the Pioneers need a stop, and Mars Hill throwing everything they can. This 5 on the floor has played a ton of minutes tonight. Bryant a 3, no. Rebounded by Gibson. And another giveaway by the Pioneers, just throwing it all over the place. And the Pioneers have got to get a timeout. Just cannot throw it all over the gym and give multiple chances to Mars Hill, but that's exactly what they're doing. Hey, join us on Saturday. We'll see more excitement just like this on Saturday in the Electric City, where we promise to have an electrified performance in a place where we have never been electric ever. We just don't play well there. That's what I mean. We go to Anderson. And we will take on the Anderson Trojans. Women at 2, the men at 4. The Anderson women lose tonight to Wingate. So now there's a tie for first between Anderson and Catawba, and the Pioneers and the Eagles are 1 game back. So the Pioneers have an opportunity on Saturday to do something that they have rarely done. They've done so only one other time, defeated Anderson there during the Jasmine Gunn era. And the Anderson men are leading Wingate 81-79 with about 3.5 to play in that game. So the Pioneers are tied with Anderson for 4th in the men's standings. But they've got this game to go through right now. 1.5 minutes to play. It's a 74-61. Now it's a 74-64 Pioneer lead as Gilliard hits a 3. And the Pioneers have contributed with 3 turnovers in a minute. Gibson is going to be fouled. It will be the 6th foul against Mars Hill. It will go on Jamal Bryant. And everything is a scramble right now for Mars Hill. And now the Pioneers just trying to get the ball in play. With 1 minute 15 to play and up 10, but leaking oil. And Mars Hill going to give all they can. No bench points tonight. Daniel is out of the game right now for Mars Hill for the outside shooting of Beelan. But he has played 13 minutes, 7 minutes for Elkins and 6 minutes for Hartfield. Jenkins into the front court. The next foul is the 1-and-1. Bounce it out to Dylan Smith. A minute to play. Mars Hill just chasing the ball. It's like a beehive right now. It's beehive basketball. Wherever the ball goes, so goes Mars Hill. Everybody. 10 to shoot. 50 seconds to play. Gibson right down the lane and into the rim. We have to clean the floor as Powell goes down. Beelan went down, and then Brandon Mitchell went over both of them. And so we stop play, which is a break for the Pioneers to set up defensively. And just straight down the lane for Trenton Gibson for his 18th point tonight. 7 of 15 from the field. 33 minutes for Trenton, a team high in that category. Smith has played 32 minutes. Here comes Powell from Mars Hill to Bryant. Into the corner, Beelan. Short on the 3. Powell with the rebound, blocked by Mitchell. Loose ball by Bryant. He'll put it up and in. And he just fought for the ball. He just punched his way to get that ball. Very physical. And a timeout asked for by Mars Hill. So 76-66 with 34 seconds to play in the basketball game. Check some scores around the league. About 3:56 to play. Queens is handling Newberry. Van Turner Jr. was having a big game. He's got 22. He's hit 6 more three-pointers tonight. He lit Tusculum up with 7 three-pointers on Saturday. It has gone final, and Carson Newman has defeated LR, coming from behind to do so, as LR does not score a field goal in the final 2 minutes and 56 seconds. As Davis throws in 24 points for the Eagles. R.J. Gunn finishing with 17. At Catawba today, taking on Coger, the Catawba Indians leading 72-54. Marcel Haskett has 17. Anderson and Wingate, it's the Trojans leading 83-79 in that one. And in Wise, Virginia tonight, closer than you might think, LMU leading Wise, Virginia 57-47. Whitfield has 14, Brown with 15, but Courvoisier McCauley, one of the leading scorers in our league, has 0 points. Hodnett will give it up to Dylan Smith, and he's going to have the ball knocked away by Beelan. So they have 11.5 minutes to play there, but it's already on pace to be one of the lowest scoring games for LMU. Whiteside with 13 points for the Highland Cavaliers. So here at 76-56, Tusculum has an inbound. And a foul on Jayshon Brooks will send Caleb Hodnett to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So actually probably not a very bad foul whatsoever. With Hodnett going to the line, But a resurgence of power for Caleb Hodnett. 14 points tonight, 7 of 13 from the field, 6 rebounds, couple of assists for the senior Caleb Hodnett, the graduate. And he's nothing but net, silky smooth on the first. For Caleb Hodnett, he scored his 800th career point, and Trenton Gibson tonight gets his 700th point. He also has his 200th assist, and Trenton Gibson has his 300th career rebound in this game. Jumper by Powell is no good. Here's Gibson saving it to Mitchell to Hodnett. Throws it all the way the length of the floor to Jenkins, who is going to run it to the rim, put it in. 10 seconds to play, and the Pioneers have iced it. This ball off of the shoe top of Dylan Smith. Mars Hill not giving anything easy. 80-66. Pioneers get to 80. They are unbeaten practically in JT Burton's career. Big one here tonight for the Pioneers against the Mars Hill Lions, playing shorthand without Javante Cook. Matters little. The Pioneers win it. Now winners of 4 of their last 5, giving Mars Hill their second consecutive loss. Mars Hill now has dropped 7 of their last 10 basketball games. Pioneers win it. Pioneers win. They knock off Mars Hill by a final of 80-66. Pioneer coach JT Burton will join us on our post-game coverage right after this, as you've been listening to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.